GM. So in this video, we're going to quickly go over this thread that I made a few weeks ago, which talks all about how to make an asset on Polkadot Asset Hub, and then goes through all the steps required to list that asset on HydraDX. Disclaimer number one, meme coins and shitcoins, whatever, are likely to go to zero, so do not trade them if you do not plan on losing all of your money. And disclaimer number two, if you're the creator of one of these assets, don't be a bellend and rug people. So the first part of this process is you need to make the asset on Asset Hub, and you should make sure that your account has like, let's say 12 dot on Polkadot Asset Hub specifically. So now that you have the dot, go to Polkadot Asset Hub on the Polkadot.js portal, go to Network Assets, and then plus Create. So now we need to name our asset. I'm going to call mine Chaos, and the ticker will be Chaos, and the number of decimals will be 10, and the minimum balance will be 0 and then 9 zeros and 1, and then the asset ID will be 6666. Why not? Then next. Here you can set the permissions for your token, but you can just keep these the same. You can change these later. Then press create, and then sign and submit, and then sign the transaction from your wallet. And once the block is finalized, which it just has been, you should be able to see your asset like I can here, this 666 Chaos one. So let's press plus mint, and I will mint 666 tokens. And then sign that transaction in your wallet. And now you can see that there are 666 Chaos tokens. So you've now made an asset on Asset Hub and minted it, which is awesome. So let's go back to the thread and see what the next steps are. So we're now at this part where we have minted the tokens. So now we need to register it on HydraDX, which is fairly easy. So now you want to copy this string and head on over to HydraDX on the Polkadot.js portal, then go to developer extrinsics decode and paste that string in, then go to submission. So what this stuff kind of means is you are registering an external asset with XCM X3 here. Parachain 1000, this is Asset Hub's parachain ID. The palette instance 50, as far as I know from messing about, this is the assets palette. And the general index is the ID of your asset on Asset Hub. So if we go back, we can see the Chaos asset ID is 6666. So let's replace this with 6666. And then we want to submit this transaction. So sign it from your wallet. And again, this is just registering your Asset Hub asset on HydraDX. So this should be finalized pretty soon, and you should get the green tick if all is good. There we go. So now let's look at the next steps. The next step that we want to do is we want to check that we did all of that correctly. So on HydraDX, go to developer and then chain state, storage, asset registry, and then location assets. Parents, we're going to put 1, and then x3. The parachain, like we said before, is 1000 for Asset Hub. The palette instance is 50 for the assets palette. And then the general index is 6666. And then we press the plus, and then we can see now that our Chaos token is 1, 4 zeros, and 78. So let's go to the next step. So now we are going to send some tokens to HydraDX. You need to make sure that you have some USDT on your account on Asset Hub. So how do you do that? You go here, you type in 1984 for USDT, and you can see that I have like just less than 5 USDT, which is completely fine. And we have some dot, make sure you have dot as well. Now what we want to do is copy this string, and then on Asset Hub, go to developer extrinsics decode. So let's go back to Asset Hub, developer extrinsics decode, paste this in, and we'll send it from the Limo account. So what are we looking at here? So this 2034, this is the HydraDX parachain ID. And the beneficiary is this account here. So there was some problems with people didn't know what this was. So let's go through that really quick now. Polkadot.subscan. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Now that you're on Subscan, go to Tools, and then Account, Format, Transform. Now that we are on this tool, we want to copy one of our addresses. So let me copy this address, and then we'll go here and paste it in and press Transform. So you can see you now get a lot of your account display addresses, and the one you want is this public key one up here. So copy that, and then go back to your extrinsic and paste it in here. So here we're XCMing certain assets. So this one is palette instance 50 assets palette on Asset Hub, and 1984 is USDT, and we're sending this much. And here, this will be the asset that we just created. So let's change this 6969 to 6666. And we're going to send one token because we have 10 decimals. So let's submit the transaction. So you can see for me, this worked, right? Now, the issue that some people were facing is they got an error here. Try to change these two assets around. So here would be your asset with the 1 and 10 zeros, and here would be USDT, so 1984 with like 50,000, right? And then change this fee asset to 1 instead of 0, and that might work. But you can see it just worked for me pretty nicely. So now we need to check that we actually have that amount of tokens, right? So the next step is we need to check that the tokens transferred correctly. So we want to follow this guide here. So we want to go to developer, chain state, storage, tokens, accounts, and then our asset ID on HydraDX, which for this demonstration ended in 78, I believe. So we will go to tokens, accounts, and then we'll select my account. And then the number is 1 and 4 zeros and 7 8. So you can see that we actually have the tokens, right? So we now have chaos tokens on HydraDX. So now we have free balance. We want to go to the Omnipool DApp. And now we need to add the chaos asset, which is here. Add to my UI. Now you can see we have the chaos asset, and we have 1 token, which is pretty cool. So now, if you want to create a liquidity pair for this token, you go to liquidity and then plus create an isolated pool. You then select your asset, which is chaos, and then you select the other asset, which in this instance we will use dot. So we're going to put 1 chaos and 0.001 dot. And then we create the pool, update the metadata if you get prompted to, and then sign the transaction.